Hello everybody and welcome. Happy eclipse. The eclipse is probably literally happening while I'm sitting here doing this reading. I don't remember what time it is, but I know it was definitely past 11:30. So it's going to be within one of the piles, either 1, 2, or 3, that the eclipse is literally happening. Right? And so now I'm interested. What time is it? Let's see. 11:47. I think it's like literally about to happen in the next 10 minutes. So pile number 1, that's likely you. That's a great way to start out this reading. So happy eclipse, guys. Obviously this is going to be posted a little bit after the eclipse has been, but we're basically just going to get a little message on what is shifting. We're going to be focusing specifically on what is shifting in your being. So your energy, your embodiment. This could even be talking about your physical vessel. It could be talking about your motivations, desires, and then your inner world, so like your emotions, your spirituality, your beliefs, stuff like that. Your outer world, which is pretty self-explanatory, so any physical manifestations or physical environments or relationships will be included into that. And then we're going to be getting advice with my mini messages right here. Okay, so we have 3 piles to choose from today. The timestamps are down below. I'll show you all of them together. Well, obviously you see all of them together. I'll show you all of them up close. So pile number 1 is this little owl on his little perch. Ooh, he doesn't want to stay in my hands. Pile number 2 is this dolphin with a broken tail. Interesting, like this sort of, if this is your pile, I'll let you guys know. And pile number 3 is this dog. I don't know what it is. I think it's just like a little knickknack. For some reason, I thought this had some sort of use, but I'm not sure about that. Interesting. Okay, let's get into it with pile number 1, and I'll see all of you guys in your piles. Toodles. All right, pile number 1, you guys chose this little owl guy, and we're going to be sticking him off to the side over here to oversee your reading, and he's going to be staring right at you. Okay, so no pressure. Okay, so let's get to it. So first we're going to be checking out your being. So like who you are, like what's shifting for who you are, as far as how you present yourself, as far as maybe your physical body, your embodiment, basically. And then we're going to be checking out your inner world, which is your emotions, your beliefs, your spirituality, your mindsets, thoughts, stuff like that. And then your outer world, which is pretty self-explanatory. This could also include like career, finances, manifestations, relationships, all things that are outside of yourself. And then we're going to be getting some advice with my mini messages in case you guys were unsure or didn't stick around 3 for the beginning. So first, we're going to be going in for your being. This one card really wants to make itself known. It is one of my cards that I made. It says it's all coming full circle. So I'm just going to put that right here because it feels really right. My jaw super tense right now. So there's something that could be coming full circle. This could be repeating of a cycle, but if this is repeating of a cycle, it doesn't feel like a bad repeating of a cycle. Yeah, it feels like repeating of a cycle and maybe doing it right this time. Maybe you feel like you did things wrong before. Whatever this is, it's coming full circle. This could be a mindset even. I'm actually going to take it away. But that was a message for some of you guys. I just saw Libra underneath of that card. So this could be about relationships with that coming full circle message. But this, we're just tapping into your energy, please, spirits. Ooh. Did it fall? Yes, it did. Oh my gosh, and I actually have to get off the chair to get it. The sun. I'm not going to take it. I'm actually not going to take it. But when the sun, Leo energy, comes out for your being, this is like you're literally shifting into the version of yourself that you are meant to be, right? The happier, more vibrant version of yourself, the more secure version of yourself. I feel like before maybe you would have held on too tightly to certain things, and now you're sort of just like, you know what? Things are going the way that it's going. You are stepping into a more unfiltered version of yourself. And I just got a pain in my shoulders. Maybe this is a little difficult for some of you guys. Or maybe this has been a long time coming. You guys have been taught that your power is mean or bad, or that it shouldn't be used because it's too powerful. A lot of people are intimidated by your power, especially when you were a kid. A lot of people were intimidated by your power, your mind, your there's a lot of specialness about you, like big time light worker energy. What's shifting within your being right now, please? Spirit. Justice. Yeah, you guys are like finally, like I said, you guys are finally stepping into like that, like I said, unapologetic. I didn't say that, but unapologetic, you know, this is me, this is my truth, these are my feelings, this is what it is. I'm gonna lay it all out on the table, and you get to decide where you want to go with this. And I feel like that is such a powerful energy to be in, because this is an energy of you know, these are the facts, these are emotions, these are the opinions, these are the feelings. Everything is laid out on the, I'm just seeing like somebody laying everything out on the table and just being like, okay, this is all that I am, and this is all that you know, that I want, all that I need, and you could take it or leave it. I also feel like some of you might be having somebody do this to you. You guys are also, this is a mirrored energy. You guys are doing this to yourself, and you're also doing this with other people. So you guys are finding more layers of yourself, right? But the way that you're shifting outwardly within your being, it's like you guys are going to radiate a new sense of confidence, and individuality as well. The Hermit. Yeah, and when I said individuality, I didn't even see the Hermit at first. I was looking like straight ahead. No, not straight ahead, like to my left at my TV. So it's really, really interesting. I actually want to get a clarifier. Clarify what is shifting. What is this Justice card? Their being. Can we get a little bit more specific? Thank you. Yeah, you guys are like, fuck it. I'm not going to be the one sitting here in tears. I'm not going to be the one sitting here hurt. You know, I'm going to do my feeling. I'm going to do my processing. And then I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to move on, and I'm going to feel it to heal it. But I'm not going to sit in it, and I'm not going to be overly hurt. Like, it's sort of like you're keeping your emotions in check, and not in a way where it is not healthy, not in like an unhealthy, unproductive, avoiding these things type of way. More of like a listen, like, you know what, thing, like, it is what it is, like acceptance and surrender type energy. Yeah, like I'm gonna reap what I've sown regardless, you know. And that's like a really, really good energy to be in. I really, really like this energy for you. So what is shifting in your inner world? Pile number 1. I was about to call you pile number 2. In your inner world, we have the Queen of Cups. I feel like you guys are taking a deeper dive into your emotions. It's like sort of like this energy is like solidified. It might not be something that you're comfortable stepping into or acting from yet, but this is something that's like a mindset, and you're solidified on, this is exactly who I'm going to be and who I'm going to present myself as, because blah, blah, blah. Your inner world feels like something that's still, it's like dipping my foot in, touching the waters, testing the waters. Is it too hot? Is it too cold? Is it shallow? Is it deep? What's going on here? I just saw 911, and that is Archangel Michael's number. But that also feels to me like there's something about this vulnerability. There's something about this energy of being more emotionally authentic. That feels a little bit scary. That feels a little bit like, oh no, should I really be doing this? But there's also this energy of like yeah, like it's sort of like you guys are just like, you are opening your wings up. You are available and open to trying new things. And we have the same moon that we have there right here. It's just more visible. They want to say something else with this card. but I'm not getting it yet. So let's get a clarifier. Pile 2, what's shifting in their inner world? Please clarify. Thank you. The Queen of Cups, sorry. Yeah. You guys are sort of starting to, or going to, either you are starting to, you have already started to, or you are going to start to see this vulnerability as a I don't want to say a weapon, but like as a tool that you can use. Maybe vulnerability had been weaponized against you before, maybe in childhood, maybe in previous relationships, maybe by your siblings or your parents or your friends, or maybe you just see the way that vulnerability is weaponized in society, and it kind of makes you step back from wanting to be vulnerable, and that's completely understandable. All of these situations are completely understandable, but it's like you guys are gaining this sense of emotional maturity because you guys are actually saying, okay, let me actually dip my toes in the water, let me actually try, you know. And it's like, it's in order for a muscle to get bigger, like if you're bodybuilding, right, you need to consume the right things, and then you need to work out those muscles consistently. It's the same thing with vulnerability. That is also a muscle that you must strengthen. First, you need to feed yourself positive thoughts and positive expectations of what it will be like when you are vulnerable. You need to find the right spaces to be vulnerable, right? Those are the things that you need to consume. And then how you work out that muscle is that you actually try and you put in the work, and you put yourself on that limb to say, okay, you know, I am gonna say this, or I am gonna do this, or I am gonna, you know, put myself on the line like this. And you guys are going to start to understand, if you haven't already, because some of you guys are in this shifting where you need to be told this, because this is something that you've been feeling, but it needs to be confirmed. And so for some of you, you guys have been doing this already, and this is just confirmation of what you've already been doing. But either way, either you have, or you're going to start to notice that vulnerability is very much a tool, a very strong tool, 1221, to have under your belt, especially as a light worker, Can we get the outer world, please? What's shifting in pile 1's outer world? I also feel like you guys, yeah, okay, the Hanged Man. But I also feel like you guys are sort of like starting to see like the collective as a mirror of yourself. And maybe you guys have already like had that, like that oneness consciousness understanding. And maybe for some of you, you haven't, or maybe you resisted that idea because maybe you didn't like how it made you feel, because you see certain things that you don't like, and you don't want to resonate with certain things. And there are certain things that we see out in this world where it's like, how, you know? It's a lot, right? But there's this sort of because I keep on wanting to call you pile 2 and pile number 3, so I'm just like, there's a resonance here with everybody. And I don't feel like, unless you're specifically called, I don't feel like there are messages in those other piles for you. Who knows? But it really just feels like a need to relate with other people, or find a new way of relating, or find new people to relate to. There's this energy of community, or building community, networking sort of energy here as well. That could be your outer world that you're stepping into here. We have the Hanged Man. Also with the Hanged Man and the Tower, like you guys are gaining some sort of clarity, maybe clarity about yourself, maybe clarity about your words, what you're saying, like things that you're doing, ideas that you have. Yeah, we have the Knight of Wands and the Ten of Swords. Maybe there are certain things that you gave up on, and now you're maybe coming back to this realization. What's underneath the Tower? The Five of Pentacles. Your outer world, it's like, yeah, you're finally recognizing like the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. And maybe you've done this and just made like little tweaks, and it's like now you're being called to do something new, called to do something higher. This could be even like a new hobby or something like that. Like possums, when they're threatened, they play dead. And so when you're threatened, you may play small, or you may minimize yourself. And Spirit is saying that's no way for a King of Pentacles to act, because that's how you're coming out here, the Magician and King of Pentacles. Right, and I also feel you in this Justice card, but that's really the way your aura is expanding, right? Can we clarify this outer world? Thank you. It's like, yeah, what you use to accept, you're not accepting anymore. I just heard like radio static. Yeah, what you used to accept, you're not accepting anymore. I do feel like you guys are gaining clarity from like traumas and different things that happened in the past, whether these are like conditions and traumas from childhood or past relationships, recent past or very distant past lives, whatever it is. You guys are gaining some sort of perspective from the past that helps you move forward in a different energy, and it really helps you uncover another layer of yourself that has yet to be uncovered. So this is really, really good energy here. And then let's just get some advice. We'll get one card of advice, and then we'll get a couple mini messages for you. One card, please. One card. Was that the King of Pentacles too? Hold on. It was. It's like you've been trying to be you've been trying to be too humble. The reason why you haven't been getting everything that you want is because you've been being too humble. Stop being so humble about it. You're sexy and you know it, right? Like, you're cool and you know it. Like, you've got talent and you know it. So start showing that you know it, right? That Ten of Pentacles right there popping out. I just got a headache. Start expanding yourself. A headache might actually be a sign that you are receiving a lot of downloads. Make sure to ground when you're in that energy. Ground before you start to take medicine or something like that, and that it might even take away the need to do it, especially if you're grounding outside in nature. Okay, let's get some advice, please. Yeah, the world. This is a new way of being, and a new way of being is going to require discipline. It's going to require you to consistently be asking yourself, is this decision, is this way of being, is this path forward, is this whatever I'm doing or about to do or thinking about doing, is it serving my old self or my new self? Is it serving the life that I want to create or the life that that I'm creating from, right? But yeah, there's that type of energy there. There's also a lot of like worker energy. I saw the Eight of Pentacles. Then we have the Magician. Like a lot of hard labor here. And I feel like with this World card, Spirit is saying like soon you're going to be rewarded for all of your labor with something comfortable. Whatever that means. Whoa, I did not mean to do that. But I guess they're all for you. Okay. Okay. I will elaborate on the ones that I need to elaborate on the ones that I don't know how to elaborate on, or I'm unsure of. You will just have to deal with those yourself and get messages yourself. Look, we have you did it. So you completed a very, very hard cycle, and Spirit is saying you did it. Like, they're so proud of you right now, right? Look, you did it. Great job. You passed some sort of test with the way that you behaved or the way that you dealt with something recently. We have, you're my new dream. So there's somebody here that might be your new dream, or there might be somebody here that is really, really interested in you, and you might be their dream person. We have, look, we have Coral No. And so a lot of these things are from Disney movies. So this is from Nemo, and it's where Coral, Nemo's mom, is faced with the barracuda outside of the anemone, and in her fear, she, even though Marlin tells her no, the kids will be fine, you know, just get back in the anemone where you'll be safe, her fear, because she acts on her fear, she makes an impulse decision to swim down near all of her eggs, and that ends up resulting in all of the eggs and her dying, except for the one that was Nemo, obviously. But so when this card comes out, when this message comes out, this is an energy of do not let your fear-based thinking, do not let your doubts, do not let your worries, do not let the, oh, but it may be, or what if this, or, you know, don't let that energy control your life, and do not let it bleed into your actions. It's okay to have doubts. It's okay to have fears. It's okay to even question them and their validity. Right? Because all of us, sometimes we feed into that, like, oh, is this really true? Like, you know, but don't allow it to dictate your actions. Do not make actions. Do not take action out of fear. Do not make choices out of fear. Make sure you are calm and level when you decide to make those choices. right? We have the devil is trying hard. So you guys might have a lot of temptation around you, and Spirit is saying if what you are working for is genuinely what you want, make sure that you are making, like I said, taking the right steps to get there. Is this your new self or your old self? Would this action serve, right? Go where you grow. So Spirit is saying to go where you grow. If somebody or something is holding you back, release the situation and move forward. You know intuitively what is for you and what's not for you. You'll feel it. We have faith, trust, and a little bit of pixie dust. So Spirit is calling you to have faith and trust and and just believe in a little bit of magic, right? We have, look, you will receive help from an unexpected source. Like I said, you guys are going to receive some sort of help or abundance. Look, the flower that blooms in adversity is the most rare and beautiful of all. The flower that blooms in adversity is the most rare and beautiful of all. That is beautiful. But that's what I have for you guys. I hope that this resonates, and I'll see you guys later. Toodles. All right, those of you who chose the Dolphin, pile number 2, this is going to be your reading. And initially, I just did a meditation after months of not doing meditation and being called to do meditation and just never listening to my spirits. And it was just such a magical meditation. And usually my meditations are a little bit difficult, but I just saw this blue ribbon of energy, right? And it looked really like this light blue energy that's right there, but it was this color. And so there's a lot of throat chakra energy, third eye chakra energy. There's also a lot to do with the DNA or the making of something. I don't know what this is. So let's get into this. So we're going to be getting into what is shifting within your being. So your outer self, how you present yourself, just who you are at your core, your sun type of energy. And then we're going to be getting into your inner world, which is your emotional world, your thoughts, your beliefs, your spirituality, stuff like that, your morals, your values, whatever. And then in the outer world, we are going to be getting into, it could be anything that Spirit wants to come up with in terms of connections, anything in the outside world. I don't know why I am getting so flustered in your reading. I feel like grounding is a very much needed thing in this pile. But as I was trying to say, the outer world is the material, it is money, it is career, it is endeavors, it is your environment, the people around you, your connections, anything that would be associated with your outer world. And then we're going to be getting some advice from these little guys. Okay? So let's get into it. What is shifting within pile number 2's being, please. I just saw like Medusa. Wow. Wow, you guys. This Justice card. It's sort of very much the same energy as pile number 1. The Temperance card. Look, I want to clarify just to get a deeper message, just so I don't start spewing the same message that came with pile number 1, because that's what it feels like. What's shifting for pile number 2, please? Oh. This is like moving through actions. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Okay, so what's shifting is that you guys are no longer afraid to make changes. If a situation hasn't been working and things have been discussed but nothing is changing, you guys are moving forward. So if you've discussed that you need a raise and your job still, you know, does not give you that raise, you're out. You're going to go find better opportunities. So if you told a partner, listen, I'm not dealing with this behavior, and that behavior continues, you're out. You're not dealing with that shit. So Spirit is saying it's sort of the same thing as pile number 1, in a sense of what's shifting within your being is that you are living more authentic to self, but it's that you guys are really, really taking action with it. I feel like pile number 1 is setting verbal, emotional boundaries, and you guys are setting physical boundaries. So where pile number 1 would be like, listen, I don't like the way you treat me, and this has got to stop, or else blank. You guys, you've already had that conversation maybe multiple times, and now you're like, listen, I'm out. Either this changes, or your position in my life changes, or either this changes or I get a new job. Like, there's just this energy of I'm no longer staying in situations that do not fulfill me, or I do not feel like I am heard. There is a sword right here in both, and like her hand is outstretched. If you see, her hand is outstretched, and then the bat, his wings are open. So it's like we've openly communicated, and we are ready to receive and willing to receive. We are asking the universe. I do feel like there is like this energy of surrender here within your being. It's sort of like by your actions and by your willingness to move forward from certain things and certain energies, even if this, whatever you're cutting out or cutting loose, is like certain patterns of behavior or whatever, by the actions that you've been taking, it sort of opens up avenues for Spirit to make things happen for you, and you feel that. And I feel like you guys also within your being, you are coming to a place where you are just surrendering and saying, you know what, God, take me where you need to take me. Or, you know what, I know it's going to happen when it needs to happen. Or, yeah, there's just this energy of surrender, but like surrender because you know that you've brought yourself to this point. It's sort of like I've been in this rowboat and I've rowed down and I've, you know, like manually rowed myself down this stream and down this river for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, because, you know, through like unsafe waters and fucked up terrain. And it's like, now I'm finally on a calm river that has a decent flow and is taking me in the direction that I want to go naturally. And so now I can finally let the oars loose just a little bit. And so that's sort of like where your being is at right now. It's like, yeah, we've done all the work. We see the vision of where we're going. We might not have all the answers, but we know that Spirit is guiding us there. And we're working on trusting and surrendering to that energy, into that guidance, into that flow. So just let the oars down a little bit. Ask God or your spirits to guide you to where you need to be, and just trust that you will be placed in the situations that are right for you. Trust that whatever falls through, it was not a situation. You were not meant to be there. You were not meant to go there. You were not meant to deal with whatever energy that is. Things that do not fall through, things that happen, you are going to be there. Like that, you are meant to be there, whether it goes good and it shows you amazing things, or it goes bad and maybe shows you certain things that you need to see about certain situations, certain people, or your life, or yourself. Whatever this is, it's like Spirit is just saying trust. That was a really long-winded message from that. So let's get into your inner world. strength here. Yeah, inner power, like I said, for pile number 1. Shifting. I'm seeing somebody like pointing, and it's reminding me of Practical Magic, where the girl sticks her finger up to like say something to her bully, and the mom was like, put the finger down, Kylie, because when they point at somebody and say, I wish this, or I hope this, or this is gonna happen, it happens. It's a spell. And so there's like this sort of energy here of Spirit saying, like, just point to what you want. It's sort of like Spirit is taking you window shopping, you know, in terms of experiences and opportunities and, you know, fun times, joyous times, paths, roads, and avenues and choices. It's like Spirit's taking you window shopping and say, okay, just point out everything that you want, and maybe Santa will get it for you for Christmas. It's like that sort of energy. Like, maybe it'll happen. Oh, maybe it won't. I don't know. And if it happens, it's like, yes, I had a feeling they would get this for me, or I had a feeling this would happen. And if it doesn't happen, something, you know, even better replaces it. And you're like, oh my gosh, I would have much rather had this than had what I was asking for in the first place. And it's sort of like, that's where your being is right now. And I really love that for you guys. And maybe you guys don't see it this way, but that's where Spirit says that you're at, and I really love that for you. Let's get your inner world. What's shifting in pile number 2's inner world, please? Their inner world. Ooh, thank you. I'm going to take that however it landed on the floor. Ooh, the Death card. That would be cool if you guys had all 3 major arcana cards. Love when stuff like that happens. Not me over here like devouring a Capri Sun. There is also a need to like I feel like your inner child is coming out more. You know, a friend in a reading recently, she had told me about connecting with this sacred, sensual, sexual energy, that you are also connecting with your inner child. And although it may seem weird and the way that, like, grouping those two things together because of the way that society is and the fucked up shit that happens, but it's honestly really true, because sacred, sensual, or sexual energy is very free flowing, it's very confident, it's very like it's very fluid, it's non-conforming, it is very liquid. Like, it sort of reminds me of water. You put water in anything, you know, and it can go any way, you know, like if you put it in a rectangle container, it's going to look like a rectangle. Put it in a circle container, it's going to conform to a circle, right? Like, it's just that sort of like free flowing, individualistic sort of energy that shares with your inner child. And as I'm saying this, like, I'm getting cramps like in my like stomach, like sort of like if you're a woman, like period cramps. If you're a man, these are like cramps like in your lower stomach and your pelvis, like right above your pelvis, and it's like burning, and it's just like, oh, and I feel like that's like this energy purging. So for some of you guys, if you feel like you're more in like a sexual mood or something like that, it's because there are energies wanting to be explored. And I also feel like this is about confidence. I don't know why I'm getting that with this Death card though, because it's like, yeah, like putting this disempowered version of yourself like to rest, but also like having faith that your spirit guides got you through all of this difficulty. Yeah, there is also this like energy here, like with the wings here of like these being your spirit guides, and then we have a butterfly right here and a bird. Butterfly on the tip of the sword, and then the bird here. And so there is this sort of energy of like the unknown. Like, look, like she's on like this big ass platform, like in like the sky, basically. At least that's how it looks to me, right? And then we have this Justice card where it's like it's the night. You really can't see anything. You don't really see where the setting is, right? And then in this Death card, you see the setting, but we're also in the dark. We're also in a cloudy environment, right? Where we just can't see more than a couple steps ahead of us, and there is really difficult obstacles ahead and what looks like really foreboding challenges. And it's sort of just like this like I said, this surrender, even in translating in the inner world, where it's just like, you know what spirit guides, like, it's just sort of like, yes, this surrender, or this just like giving up to God, like just this energy of, you know what, it will be what it is. And I feel like, yeah, the Six of Swords, I was literally talking about a rowboat, like row your boat. I don't know why that just came to my mind. That's so interesting. Can we clarify this death card for the shift that's happening in Solitude's inner world? We're going to take both. Okay. All right. Okay. What are we talking about here? The Star and Justice. Wow. 2 Justice. And then a Major Arcana being clarified by 2 Major Arcana. Back of the deck is the Queen of Swords. I'm sorry, the Queen of Wands. And she's got her shadow. Like, normally the Queen of Wands, like, her cat is like standing in front of her, and like this symbolizes your shadow, but the cat is looking to her. It's sort of like you got your shadow like on lock. It's sort of like my demons work for me sort of energy. What is the shift in their inner world? Just trusting that if you nurture yourself and your present moment and the good things around you, the good connections, the good feelings, the good situations around you, start focusing on and nurturing the positive, the wanted experiences. Just start really, really hyper focusing on those things. And of course, don't deny the difficult things when they come up, but just try your best to always refocus on the wanted or on the good, right? And so Spirit is basically saying here that the shit that's happening is in your inner world is that you are coming back into a place of focusing on what you want, right? Focusing and just being like, you know what? It's sort of like coming into a state of being like, okay, this is what I want, this is what I expect, but I'm not gonna attach to it too hard. Right, there is just this fluidity of like, listen, Spirit, this is what I want. It's sort of like I told you with that the window shopping thing. It's like, yeah, I want this, I want this, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that. And Spirit's like, oh, maybe it'll happen. And you're like, oh, maybe, you know? And it's not like oh, maybe, but like, please, or like, it's like, oh, okay, cool, sure, you know? That sort of energy. What's happening in their outer world? What is shifting, please, for pile number 2, please? The 10 of Pentacles. I want to take it upright. It just feels right upright. Back of the deck is the 3 of Cups, and then the Magician wanted to come out there too. This is fulfillment, and it's like hard fought. Like very, very, like, you put a lot of work into this, a lot of time into this, a lot of consistency, because like they're working really fucking hard. You know, bees like are one of the most integral parts of our ecosystem, and it's sort of like you guys have been tending to something within your outer world, or even within your inner world, but really within your outer world, and it is looked for a very, very long time to be very insignificant, or to be something that could be easily thrown away, or maybe something that's just not producing the results that you feel match or mirror the amount of work that you've put into it. And so what Spirit is basically saying here, how this is shifting, no, too many cards. What's shifting in this outer world? Yeah, Spirit's saying like you will soon see the fruit of your labor. You will soon be harvesting it. Right? He's picking up those pentacles that he worked so damn hard to achieve, to get, to grow, right? You will soon start to see. Yeah, but it's just like a lot of fear right now is tempting you to quit before your happily ever after comes in. And so just move with your heart, from your heart, and know that everything that you want is very much worth fighting for. And if there's something that you just feel is absolutely not reciprocal and it's toxic and it's bad for you, absolutely cut it out of your life. But if it's just that it's getting a little bit difficult or too hard to maintain, or you know, you just want to be there already and you're not there already, and it's frustrating and it makes you angry, maybe consider if this is as dire a situation as you're making it out to be, because the shift here shows improvement, it shows movement, and it shows consistency. The King of Wands, he's worked, he's not flighty like the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, it goes in and out and in and out and in and out. The King of Wands is like, okay, I choose this place right here. This is really, really what lights me up, and so this is where I'm going to devote all my attention to. The Knight of Wands is like, I'll put my eggs in all of these baskets, and the King of Wands is like, okay, I found the basket that I want to continue to put eggs in, you know? And it's like, so Spirit is confirming that the shift within your outer world is something that's going to materialize and is going to be emotionally fulfilling, even sexually fulfilling, if this is like a relationship or something like that. I don't know how that could resonate, but yeah. But make sure you're moving with your heart. Yeah. And leave behind, what are we leaving behind? Yeah, leave behind the indecision. Tell Spirit exactly what you want, because it is attainable. Anything that you want is attainable. So if anything that you want is attainable, what do you want? Get clear on that. Do that window shopping. Right? Let's get a card of advice, and then we'll get you some mini messages. The World wanting to come out, when that was the advice card for pile number 1, 2. The Ace of Swords. This is like, be honest with yourself. Be truthful with yourself. Where do you wish for certain things to grow? What things in your life do you want to grow? What things in your life do you not want to grow? And what are the things you would like to grow? And just disregard the things that you do not want to. So a mindset that you do not want to grow, you just work on slowly dropping it in whatever way that feels right for you. Right? Whatever it is, you just work on dropping it if it doesn't feel right for you. One more. Oh, okay. Anything else? Okay. I didn't mean to get so much. Pile number 1, they flew the fuck out. You guys, I felt like I had to put in more effort. So that might be, you might be feeling, or have been feeling recently, like you've been needing to put in so much effort, like so much fucking effort. We have go where you grow. So Spirit is saying, challenge yourself. Go where you grow. It might not feel good, growth, but growth is what you need right now. We have throw the dam up. I don't know what this is about. What is the throw the dam up card about? Strength. There might be something, a mindset or something here that you're purging, and it might be coming up as like nausea, stuff like that. Yeah, it's that that inner child wound that I was talking about before, when I was talking about the period cramp feeling. Yeah. We have 7 weeks, so there could be something significant happening in 7 weeks. I heard even 7 days, but this is saying specifically 7 weeks. So for some of you guys, something significant is happening in 7 weeks, or happened 7 weeks ago. There might even be like a very, very short, minuscule cycle that's also breaking here as well, or releasing or shifting here as well. For some of you guys, you could be 7 weeks pregnant. Congratulations. We have big money. So for some of you guys who are attracting some big money, we have bad vibes. What is that? This could be fear, but I don't know. Yeah, we have the key to wanted is unwanted. Maybe you guys are like allowing fear to hold you back from really feeling out a situation. We have teach me how to love, show me the way to surrender my heart. So you guys might be feeling negative vibes within a relationship or from somebody, because maybe, I don't know. For some of you, maybe that's your intuition telling you that this isn't the right thing for you. For others of you, this could be, For others of you, this could be just the uncomfortability of shifting into a new energy, or maybe this is like I said, sometimes the growth isn't always going to feel good, or it's going to feel like pulling teeth. It could be this situation that we were talking about too. We have the joint, so somebody could be a smoker, could be saying to quit smoking. We have 3 to 6 months. We have another timing thing here. So something significant could be happening in 3 to 6 months, could have happened 3 to 6 months ago. We have, why are you threatened by anyone different than you? How does this relate to the Ace of Swords? I feel like you guys are finally, like you guys are really stepping into your authentic truth. And I feel like we also have the coffee or the tea. Yeah, so Spirit is wanting you to use your voice more. Spirit is wanting you to put yourself out there more and more authentically when you do. Spirit is wanting you to push forward in whatever communicative pursuits you have, whether this is reading, writing, speaking, whether it's on a personal level or a professional level or a platform or something like that. But that is what Spirit is saying here. Could even be like singing or poetry or something like that. This could also help you to transmute or transmit these feelings and these difficult energies that we're moving out of. It can also help you to pass the time when you feel like things are going a little bit too slow or being a little just difficult. Yeah, also lyrics. Pay attention to the lyrics in the songs that you listen to. Make sure that they are I don't want to say high vibrational, but just make sure that they are not low vibrational, right? But that's what I have for you guys, pile number 2. I'll see you guys next time. Toodles. Okay, for those of you who've chosen yeah. I didn't talk for a minute. I thought I was saying it wrong. But yeah, hello, pile number 3. This is going to be your reading on what is shifting for you guys with this lunar eclipse in Pisces. If you guys have already watched the intro with this, then you could just skip the next like 30 seconds. But if you haven't, what we're going to be basically doing is we're going to be pulling a card for each one of these categories, and we're going to be pulling some mini messages from here. And so the first category is your being. So what is shifting within your being, like the way that you present yourself, the way that you live, the embodiment that you have. It's sort of like your sun sign energy. And then we have your inner world. So the second thing, we're going to be seeing what's shifting in your inner world. So this is like thoughts, mindsets, patterns, beliefs, emotions, the emotional body, the awareness. I don't know why I heard awareness, but yeah. Number 3, we have the outer world, and we're going to be seeing what is shifting within your outer world. So this could be like money, finances, this could be career, this could be your environment or the people around you, connections that you're fostering, stuff like that. And then we're going to be getting some advice and obviously the mini messages, as we said. So let's get into this, pile number 3. You guys might have been feeling like or having gone through like a recognition that something wasn't what you thought it was or what you believed it to be. Because in the beginning, in the intro, I do remember feeling like I thought that this was more than just a knickknack. I thought that it did more than just sit and look pretty. I thought it had a purpose. Maybe you guys are feeling like that about yourself, or maybe you just went through a situation with a person, a friend, an energy where it's just like maybe they portrayed themselves to be a way that their actions are not aligning with. Or this could even be like an opportunity, a job, something that you had gone into that just didn't live up to the expectations. Or yeah, sort of like when you see all the reviews for a certain product or a certain place, and then you go to that place and you buy that product, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like, how the fuck did this get so many 5-star reviews? It's like that sort of energy. So let's see, what is shifting for pile number 3 within their being? What is this card? The King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. What is shifting within your being? I want to get a clarifier. I feel like you guys are shifting out of toxic cycles here. You guys might have let certain things, you guys might have been my type of people, like my Pisceans, to wear or have or see things through rose-colored glasses. Yeah, and so you guys are shifting your view on what you want, on how you want to move forward. Yeah, you guys are like in this period of, I don't really know if what I wanted before aligns with me now. So this could be like, I really, really wanted to be this for my whole life, but now that I've been doing this for a blank amount of time, it's not fulfilling anymore. Or I married, or I am with this person and they made me so happy for such a long time, and it's not working anymore. And it's not that these things that you are changing your mind on are just bad things. It's just that maybe you have shifted out of the energy to sustain these things, and this does not have to be a bad thing. This could just be your growth path, and that's okay. You might feel obligated to certain spaces and certain energies and certain people, but there is a need to look past that obligation and be honest with yourself about what you want. Because if you are staying in situations out of obligation, you are doing not only yourself a disservice, but you are doing a disservice to everybody around you and everyone who depends on you, right? So even the people who are not directly in the situation, even the energies, like for example, like if you stay at a job that you feel like you're obligated to stay at, even though it's not fulfilling you, and you feel your spirit calling you to something different or something higher, you are potentially filling a role that should have been open for, let's say, this person who would have really loved this job, right? Like let's say you're staying in a relationship that you don't feel works anymore, or you don't want anymore, or you're lying to yourself about like maybe you're not, like you staying in this relationship out of obligation is not only holding you back from getting what you deserve and what you truly want, but also holding this person back from what they deserve and what they could truly have. But yeah, it's like that sort of energy where you guys are finally getting out of that energy of yeah, you guys are basically finally getting out of the energy of keeping yourself complacent for other people or for the wrong reasons, the wrong means, the wrong intentions. Staying here because I have to pay my bills, but you know, like not to say it like that, because it is a struggle. We really do gotta pay our bills and shit like that, right? But if you are looking for ways to fulfill your needs in a way that fulfills your wants and your desires, you will find ways to do that. You just have to be dedicated to finding those avenues, right? To traveling down those avenues and forging down those paths. You can't just be like, oh, well, it's easier to do this 9 to 5, right? It's that sort of energy. And I feel like that's what you guys are shifting out of. What is the inner world? How is the inner world shifting for pile number 3? Please, Spirit, thank you. The 7 of Cups. Yeah, you're looking at everything that you want now. You're finally starting to realize, like, oh, I can have what I want. Oh, I do deserve what I want. It's sort of like maybe there had to be like a really big tower moment that sort of came crashing down on you in order for you to be like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm living for... Oh, I just almost fell off my chair. So that might be something. You guys might have had like a really big fallout, like a fallout with a person, a fallout with a situation, something not working. Something might have really happened that really shook a situation in your life up, and you might have, it might have sparked like this this way of thinking of like, you know what, like, I've been holding myself back for so fucking long. I deserve better than this. I can do better than this. I don't know why I'm holding myself, or I don't know why I've been holding myself in these situations. What do I really want? It's time for me to start asking myself, what do I want? What do I need? What is best for me? And I feel like with this shifting in your inner world, it's going to open up a lot of opportunities for you. Yeah, we have the 5 of Wands. So this is like coming to like a, like, you know what, I'm tired of fighting with my circumstances, because in the traditional 5 of Wands, they would be battling each other with these wands, but now they're not. They're sort of just sitting and talking it out. They don't look very happy about it, but that's what they're doing, because they're recognizing that the way to go about it is to go above it, right? Is to rise above. And that's sort of what you guys are recognizing. I can sit here and I can complain about my life all I want, but complaining doesn't make it different. I can sit here and nag people in my life to change certain things, but nagging them doesn't make them change. The only thing that's going to make anything different is if I choose to start acting different, or if I choose to start making different decisions, going down different avenues, different roads, and different paths than what I'm used to, stepping outside of my comfort zone, stepping outside of normalcy for me, right? And it's like you guys are fine. That's what's shifting in your inner world. It's like, you know what, I'm just gonna have to be comfortable with the uncomfortable for now on, because if I want this change, if I want to, you know, if I want the things that I want, and maybe you don't even know what you want right now, but it's like, if I want the ultimate happiness and fulfillment that I see for myself, yeah, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse with this 2 of Swords, it's never gonna happen if I keep on, you know, this is what I really, really want, but this is other people's expectations, and I just ride off of people's expectations. What was that? The Emperor. Yeah, it's like finally needing to, or finally making decisions for yourself, and working through those decisions for yourself, and not letting anybody's feelings, thoughts, or opinions sway you, right? The Ace of Pentacles coming out, and that is, it's coming out again, but upright. Like, this is literally the confirmation of like, this is the way to move. Like, because when I was talking about depending on other people or living for other people, it came out as like, nope, never gonna happen, never gonna get the things that you want that way. And when I talk about living for yourself and claiming your power, it's like, absolutely, this is what's happening for us. And I feel like that is what's going to be happening in your outer world. So the outer world here, what is shifting in pile number 3's outer world? I'm feeling itch on my nose. You guys could be getting money soon. I'm seeing dollars. Outer world. Oh, there. Ooh. 5 of Pentacles on the back of the deck. It's like we're shifting out of some sort of poverty mindset. I have to have this because of this. I have to do this because of that. And because we're shifting out of that poverty mindset, it's sort of like a, I don't see a lot shifting for you guys in the physical, but the way that you look at it, you're looking at the physical different. You're looking at what you have and what you do not have in a different light, in a different way. Yeah, we're shifting out of this poverty mindset because we're looking at it differently. We're leaving behind the being overly emotionally attached to certain ideals. and most ideals we were just riding off of survival with anyways. And so like there's just this energy of with this high priestess coming out for your outer world. It's just we're having a different perspective, we're seeing things differently, we're seeing nature differently, we're seeing our circumstances very much differently. Yeah, we're seeing things differently. Where we would usually be focused on this, we're now focused on these two filled cups back here. But it's like the new you and the old you may be having their little battles. So it's okay if you go back and forth a little bit. Just make sure that when you make decisions or when it settles out, the new version of yourself always comes out with a stronger and more dominant vibration, right? So let's get this high priestess clarified. Please, thank you. Holy shit. Thank you. I'm here at when you know, you know. When you know, you know. Look, the world, the chariot. I love that. So your outer world is shifting. It's literally just your perspective. And your perspective is going to be what's shifting, because you are going to be the one that's shifting. I can't tell you what's shifting because I can't tell you what decisions you're going to be making that shift these circumstances. For pile number 1 and pile number 2, spirit was changing some of their circumstances. For you guys, it's like you guys are being called to be those shaper, like the shaper of your existence. Right now you're being called to be that creative, like that conscious creator. And so spirit's saying like what's shifting in your outer reality is going to be directly related to and correlating from the difference in perspective that you have, right? The new way that you're seeing things, the new way that you're going about things. You're going to be making different, you're going to be looking at things differently. So because you're looking at things differently, you're going to be acting differently and making different decisions, and this is what's going to shape your outer world into a different version of what it is right now, a better version of what it is right now. But I can't tell you what that is because they're not telling me. Can we get a little advice, and we'll get some mini messages for you guys? The Queen of Wands. Yeah, I'm hearing I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up, I'm not gonna stop, I'ma work harder. I'm a survivor, I'm gonna make it, I'm not gonna keep on surviving. She said, I thought I couldn't song without you, I laugh harder. Thought I couldn't song without you, now I don't know. I'm hearing not gonna make it. You know, like the ad-libs, like the really where she gets passionate. And so like there's this energy of becoming more passionate about your life, or gaining that passion for life back. There's these sunflowers here and the sunflowers here as well. It just literally flew out of my fucking hand. Like, and what did it cut the deck on? The 3 of Wands. Yeah, moving forward. Because you want those ships to come in. You're tired of waiting. Anyone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We don't have very many messages for you guys. We have 5 messages for you guys. We have bad vibes. So yeah, you guys are stepping away from the energy vampires and the people that are giving you bad vibes. We have Coral No. So this is like the energy of the movie Nemo, where Nemo's mom ends up getting all of the eggs and herself eaten by the barracuda, because instead of going into safety and recognizing that the barracuda likely would not have went to her children, you know, would have not have went to her nest anyways, she allows her fear to allow her to make an impulsive decision to go down there to try and protect her eggs. But what she really does is lead the predator straight to the babies. And then there's only Nemo that survives, right? And so this is saying, do not allow fear, like, don't move out of fear. Don't move out of fear. Make sure you're moving out of joy, out of excitement, out of determination, out of, I know this is right for me, not out of fear. We have the T. So you guys could be, people, I'm hearing, me, I'm the T. What do you say? My hands are shining, got 2 G's on my rings. Imperfect timing, if I show up, that's a bonus. But don't take your focus off of me, I'm the T. Let's talk about dinner. So people are talking about you a lot right now, pile number 3. And I was looking at this as the 6 of Swords for a sec. I'm sorry, the 6 of Wands for a second. People are talking about you and your success, whether or not you perceive yourself to be successful, other people do, or they're talking about some sort of success that you're trying to build for yourself, right? We have right here, but like, yeah, you're the T. A lot of people are talking about you. We have, why are you threatened by anyone different than you? So that could be different for everybody. We have, you're my new dream. Don't allow anybody to come in and like gaslight you. But this could also be like a good connection coming in, a healthy one. Or this could be you talking to yourself. And then we have the strawberry here, which is like sacred, sexual, sensual energy. It's an aphrodisiac. And it just really reminds me of like self-care, especially when it comes to the feminine and abundance, a lot of abundance and sensuality. And I feel like that is definitely what's coming to you guys. You guys are stepping into your sacred feminine power, even if you're a male. And this is really, 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 really powerful, because first you step into the feminine, which is the downloads and the thought process and the shifting the internal, and then the masculine takes over and shifts the external. Okay. So you guys are right there. I love this reading for you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. I hope it resonated. Toodles.